Well, it took me long enough, but I finally did the 100% achievements for Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now, I did the professional run to unlock the hand cannon legit. I didn't use the Mercs update, I did that before the Mercs update. But that's as far as I kind of wanted to take it. I was in the mindset of I don't want to do this anymore. Like, the achievements are lame. Some of the requirements for them were lame. I had like 84% at the time, 83, something like that. And I was just like, I don't really need the rest of them. And a few days went by, and I was just kind of like, you know what? I can't stand them, but I like the game enough that I'm going to go for them. And I want to talk about them. I want to talk about why these achievements suck ass. Now listen, you're looking at a superb mod for Resident Evil 4. This is the HD project. You can only do this on PC, I'm afraid. But this is the kind of stuff that Capcom should originally have put out. This thing looks unreal. And maybe I'll do a video in the future talking about this, because honestly, this is... I can't believe someone made this in their own little basement and shit. I know the guy probably wasn't in his basement, but you get what I mean. It was like one little nerd doing this all by his lonesome, no budget, no nothing. And sure, he was getting donations from people, but come on, Capcom. You gotta catch up with the fans, apparently. Anyway, like I was saying with the achievements for Resident Evil 4 Remake, some of them weren't that bad, honestly. Like, I liked the fact that I had to do professional without cheating. I really did like that, because it was like every Resident Evil game at this point it had allowed you to cheat and let you use infinite ammo weapons and all this other bollocks, and it was just kind of like, you know what I mean? It was just like a weak achievement list. Sure, it was easy to get the 100% platinum, whatever you were going for, but it was lame. It wasn't like you actually did anything. So this comes along, and although the list looked terrible, that one little achievement of get all weapons, that was the one where it was like you have to do pro legit, otherwise you can't get the hand cannon. Obviously, it doesn't mean anything now. You can cheat that out too, because getting S ranks in Mercenaries mode is so easy. Like, anyone can do that shit. So once again, cheats are enabled, so you can cheat the whole thing. So why do I think the list sucks? Number one, it's extremely time consuming, and what I mean by that is, sure, if you've done it a few times and you know how to do it and the best way to do certain things, you could probably do it in a couple of playthroughs. I'm not sure the minimum amount of playthroughs, but like, you're just not gonna do that first try. Now keep in mind, when I first beat it, I beat it myself on standard. I did a legit standard playthrough, then I did a legit hardcore playthrough. This was just all for my personal benefit. Then I did professional, new game, like that was the way I did it, legit, no cheating. And from that, I unlocked like plenty of achievements from like all the treasures. There was a few random things I picked up, like not allowing the enemies to land on the elevator when it was going up, stuff like that. I got them out the way while I was doing it, and I roughly ended up with about 84% of the achievements. And like I said, I was gonna leave it, and then I was just like, let's just get this done. Let's just fly through S plus. It can't be that hard, and obviously it wasn't. Like, each playthrough took what, maybe like 3.5 hours. It was pretty much a joke, and obviously you have to beat the game in under it was either under 5 hours or 5.5 hours, depending on which difficulty you did. And to be honest, back in the day on the classic Resident Evils, I used to enjoy speedrunning games, but now I can't stand it, and I don't think these games work well for speedrunning. I know there's a speedrunning community for all the Resident Evils. I just don't like them. These games, you're meant to go through them slowly, soaking in the atmosphere. The older games it worked well with, because after you'd done your initial playthrough, you knew where to go, you knew what to do, where to pick ammo up and stuff like that, and it was like, how fast can you do it? It was that kind of game. I don't know, it works well for that format, but Resident Evil 4 style, I did not like that one bit. I hated running through with the infinite ammo rocket launcher on professional to get my A rank to get the Chicago sweeper. Couldn't stand that. I was bored out of my mind. Then running through with the Chicago sweeper with infinite ammo and just dominating people. It was just like, this is so boring. If you know me, you know I've said New Game Plus sucks. I cannot stand it. I hate New Game Plus. I know when people get on the thing with that, where they're like, "Oh, this shit's beast. Every game should have New Game Plus." I do not need that shit. If I'm being honest, I can't stand it. Then there's things like Don't Heal, which you can do on easy. Use the pistol only. I hated that mode, if I'm being honest, because I did it on easy. And I was like, originally when I read it, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be like Dead Space, like when you do plasma cutter only," and it's like it's still fun. No, it's not. I think the fun comes from Resident Evil 4, where you're pulling out shotguns and all these other guns, and you're doing these combos, and then you realize how overpowered the knife is, and it's just like me running through the game the way I did made me see the way the game could be played, and I feel like it's just ruined the playthroughs going forward. I hope by the time I try to play Resident Evil 4 Remake again, I forget all this shit. Because honestly, it's just going to ruin it going forward. I'm just going to go into rooms and I'm going to be like, well, I know I can just run past all these enemies, so why am I even fighting them? And it's just like, what a boring way to play the game. What a and you're probably thinking, yeah, well, no one's making you do that. And it's like, yeah, but in my head, I'm thinking, what's the easiest way to get through things? That's always what I'm thinking. It's never about speed. It's just, what is the easiest way to do things and what gets me, like, the least amount of risk. In just some of the rooms where, because I've ran through them, I'm just like, I don't even need to fight these enemies. You just run past them, and by the time they've noticed you and said whatever their little speech is, you're already in the next room and they can't follow you. Which you learn from doing professional, that enemies can't go past certain points, they will turn around and walk away. And it is very, very silly. But it is a thing. It is, sure, these areas are like seamless, but it's like, you know what I mean? Why have you turned around just because I'm like a couple of meters this way? I don't know, just a bit weird. It is, but yeah, don't talk to the merchant. Oh, just some of these achievements suck, man. Capcom, you've got to stop this. Listen, this is the way achievements should be, right? And I'm glad they gave us don't like get all weapons. They never asked us to upgrade all weapons, because that achievement in itself, it sucks on every game. One of my favourite games of all time, the original Dead Space from 2008, has that achievement. It's got a great list of achievements, but that achievement sucks nuts. I hate that achievement because it takes so fucking long to get done. It does. But yeah, they didn't do that, but they just maxed out the dog shit ones where it was just like beat the game 26 times before you're done with it. I don't know how many times I've been through the game. I don't want to know. I really don't want to know. I need a long, long break from Resident Evil 4 Remake. Not the original, of course, because the original's got a great list, honestly. Like, beat the game, get all the collectibles, beat Ada's DLC. Well, I know it wasn't DLC back in the day, but you know what I mean. And then, be professional. What's wrong with that list? Seriously? That's what all achievement lists should be. Like, it should be beat the game, get all the, like, treasures or whatnot, and then it should beat the game on the hardest difficulty without cheating. That should be the list. There shouldn't be anything else. I don't know what else you need to put in there. I like achievements where they want you to play the hardest difficulty. Like, the Evil Within made you do a Kumu. Evil Within 2 made you do Classic. Sure, you can cheese that now, but a while ago, obviously, I had that done proper, like, legit done, where you've got your 7 saves. Dead Space is the same way. Do it on Impossible. Dead Space 2 wants you to do the least save stuff. I really wish that wasn't modes, though, to be honest. Give me enemies that hit like tanks and you've got like no health over minimum amount of saves. I cannot stand that shit. I hated going through professional for that reason. There's just things about the list, man, that just don't need to be like that. Capcom, you've got to work on these lists. They suck. They've been bad since 7. Really, really bad. They have. What the hell am I talking about? They've been bad forever. I don't think there's a single Resident Evil game that has a good achievement list other than the original RE4, and that's only because, like, It's super simple. And plus on PlayStation it never gave you a platinum, which what was that about? But yeah, every Resident Evil just has really bad achievements. The lot of them, they're never fun to do, and you're probably going, then why are you doing them? I can't help it. When I like a game so much, I needed it done. I have Resident Evil 4 2005 on my list. I've got Resident Evil 4 Xbox 360 on my list, and I've got Resident Evil 4 Remake. All of them have got 100% on my Xbox profile now. I'll go and do it on PlayStation 2, but I'm not doing Remake, not anytime soon anyway. And then I'll do it on Steam, because why the hell not? It's just the type of person I am. You can call it OCD or whatnot, but it's just the truth. I hate bad lists. I really wish this list was way more fun. It's not. I wouldn't recommend anyone does it unless you're like me and you can't help yourself. Just stay clear of this. And if you're expecting an easy list, oh, well, I guess it is easy. No matter how you look at it, it is easy. It's a matter of how much time do you have. And someone's going to make the argument going, all lists are easy. But you know what I mean? I need like... Give me a Kumu any day. And if you don't know what a Kumu is, it means one shot in Evil Within, the first one. Like, you get hit once, you're dead. It wasn't like, oh, you can only save 6 times. No, no, no. It was you went into an environment, and if you took one little tiny bit of damage, I'm talking about the most minuscule, pathetic thing that hits you, you're dead. And sure, that's super unrealistic, but give me that any day over saves. Give me that any day over complete the game 6 different times in different ways, because, oh my lord, that shit's monotonous. Not to say Evil Within had a good list. Evil Within's list sucked too, but just somebody, can we stop this shit with the difficulties? Like, a game that people don't like, right? It came out last year. I don't know why people don't like this. I love the Callisto Protocol. It's fucking awesome. I really want to talk about that some more, so maybe I will. But to talk about it more right now, that has a good list. Complete the game. Do random little things that you're probably going to do anyway. Pick up all the collectibles, and keep in mind the collectibles aren't hidden in people's arseholes, in fucking on ceilings and shit. They're in realistic environments that you can see. As long as you explore, you'll pick them up yourself. You don't need to follow a guide. And then last but not least, complete the game on the hardest difficulty setting. Now that game could have been harder, don't get me wrong, but that is a list. That is a fucking good list. Well done, Striking Distance. That's a list. What Capcom did with Resident Evil 4, that is not a list. That sucks. I'm glad it's over with. But in the future, I know I'm going to do it again on PlayStation and PC and shit, because I hate myself. That's why. Alright, people. That's all I got for these achievements. Let me know if you got them, if you're going to go for them. Do you hate achievements? Do you not care about trophies and shit? And you're just thinking, Glenn, you're a big nerd for even talking about this shit. Why are you going for stuff you hate? I don't hate achievements, just so we're clear. I kind of like them. But I just don't like bad lists. But I loved that remake. It was such a good game. No, I don't think it's as good as the original. But it's such a good game. That deserves a place on my shelf. So good. I had to finish it. It deserved it. Respect to the devs. That's all I had to say from it. It was like, I'm just showing that I love your game. But I also hate your fucking list. Sort your fucking lists out, Capcom. No more trash. Make them good. I want fun while I do it. Alright, people. That's all I got. I will catch yous later.